Planet Dolan.
From perpetual erections to testicular trios, we look at 10 people with bizarre sexual organs. Hey there, I'm Hellbent. I'm here to learn you suspiciously amazing facts that I didn't just make up. Number 10. Womb to move. A 37-year-old British man was shocked when doctors discovered he was sporting some pretty impressive female reproductive organs. The discovery was made when the man was undergoing scans after complaining about blood in his urine. But the doc returned with some good news. Turned out it wasn't kidney failure or bladder cancer, it was just period blood. According to the MRI, the dude is rocking a full set. We're talking womb, ovaries, and fully functioning testicles. This kind of thing occurs about 100 times a year, but it's incredibly uncommon for it to be discovered. The man, only known as Rob, successfully underwent a hysterectomy, removing his female organs. The procedure may trigger menopause, but at least he won't be pissing period blood anymore. That's gotta be a little bit uncomfortable. I wouldn't even bother explaining that to the kids though. Just say daddy's back is hurt. That's way more simple. Number 9. Double dick. One man recently took to Reddit to detail his experience of having 2 fully functioning penises. He even wrote a memoir called Double Header. His penises sit side by side, are fully functioning and capable of releasing urine and semen. This condition occurs in about 1 in 5.5 million men, but usually one penis is stunted or not fully functional. I wager those guys aren't going to be writing any memoirs, at least not about their half-functioning quaid dicks. His parents actually knew from early ultrasounds that their son had 2 penises, but didn't think that was enough reason to terminate the fetus. Wait, that's a factor for some people? Holy shit, I think I got off the hook easy. Anyways, when he was a little boy, his parents told him not to tell anybody about his duodingus, and he assumed it was because the other kids would be jealous. Or maybe they'd ask to rub it for good luck. Number 8. The hard truth. In 1996, Charles Lennon received a penile implant to help with his impotence, but the implant malfunctioned and now he has a constant, never-ending erection. Why not just remove the implant, you might be asking? Well, he had tissue removed from his penis to put the implant in, so whatever they sliced out is probably cat chow at this point. And even if he wanted to trade a permaboner for a deformed cock, he can't go under anesthesia because he has certain health conditions that make it too dangerous. On the upside, on the positive side, Charles was awarded a substantial settlement in 2006. His lawyer said that Charles has become a recluse and has cut himself off from seeing most people. I don't think having a douchebag narrator make fun of his condition helps any, but, well, that's my job. I'm kind of a dick. Number 7. Giant scrotum. Wesley Warren Jr. was seeking $1 million to pay for surgery to reduce the size of his giant scrotum. He suffered from a condition called scrotal elephantitis that caused his scrotum to swell more than 130 pounds. He couldn't find pants that would fit his ball sack, so he wore an upside-down hoodie on his legs so his giant scrotum was completely covered without him having to wear a dress. Despite failing to raise the funds for his surgery, a doctor offered to perform the surgery free of charge. Unfortunately, Wesley died a few months later from complications related to his diabetes. This guy had an interesting set of problems. May he rest in peace. Number 6. Double vag. England-born Hannah Kersey was born with 2 vaginas, 2 uteruses, and 4 ovaries. She recently gave birth to triplets. Well, technically it was a pair of identical twins and a single baby from her other womb. Her ridiculously rare condition is known as uterus didelphys, and typically any resulting pregnancies have a high likelihood of miscarriage and complications. So with this condition, a successful pregnancy in itself is a miracle, but simultaneous pregnancies that produce healthy offspring is about as rare as a unicorn shitting rainbows. Hannah and her husband are overjoyed at the miraculous trio, but I bet the one that had the womb all to itself is gonna grow up to be the favorite. Number 5. Holeless. Kelly Smith went to the doctors one day to complain that at 18 she hadn't started her period yet. A physical exam showed that poor Kelly was born without a vagina. Her clitoris and labia are at the right spot, but instead of a vaginal opening, there's only a dimple. So much like food in magazines, it all looks kosher, but you wouldn't want to eat it. Not quite sure what the writer meant there, but it was significantly disgusting, so bravo. Back to the facts. The normal appearance of Kelly's vagina is what caused the late diagnosis of her condition. The rare condition known as Mayer-Rokitansky-Kuster-Hauser syndrome can lead to some pretty nasty medical problems, mainly because women continue to menstruate but the blood has nowhere to go. Luckily, Kelly's condition was diagnosed before it developed into a more serious diagnosis. Number 4. Forever orgasming and forever alone. Zara Richardson has up to 500 orgasms a day, though not by choice. She suffers from persistent genital arousal syndrome, which means she experiences involuntary orgasms constantly. People say to her that her life must be constant ecstasy, but she says the condition causes nothing but problems, which is understandable. It kind of restricts her employment opportunities. Not to mention, having an orgasm every 5 minutes probably spoils the fun of sex. You know, it's not that little treat that you get every once in a while that you kind of gotta work for. It's just boom, 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 boom every 5 minutes. Which, hear me out, I know that sounds like a blast, but imagine trying to operate a forklift in that condition. That ain't happening. You'd knock over like 20 pallets of soda, kill your coworker Gary, and be like, oh yeah, oh god, I'm gonna get fired. Number 3. World's biggest vagina. A woman in the 1800s named Anna Swan has the world record for the largest vagina. At a whopping 13 inches in depth, Swan's vagina definitely had some leg room. But we should probably mention she was 7 foot 8 inches tall, so for her size it's about average. Despite her average size at birth, her incredible height landed her a pretty sweet gig as a giantess in the circus. There she met a 7 foot tall man, and they still hold the record for the world's tallest couple. Swan even has the record for birthing the largest baby in 1879, weighing in at 23 pounds and 12 ounces. Number 2. Strongest vagina. Meet Russian gymnast Tatiana Kazanevikova, the woman with the world's strongest vagina. She can lift 31 pounds with her vagina and holds the record for vaginal weightlifting, which is somehow a thing. She's been studying the art for 15 years and even has barbells specifically designed for her vagina, which you probably don't want to mistake for a paperweight. I bet her gynecologist has to go in with the jaws of life in a power drill. I shouldn't talk shit though. She could probably do a backflip off a fire exit, land on my head, and snap it clean off. Number 1. 3 testicles. A young man recently took to Reddit to show off his trio of treasures. The 18-year-old suffers from a rare condition known as polyorchidism, which means he has 3 testicles. There have been less than 200 reported cases of it throughout history. Due to the delicate nature of his condition, he has to be very careful not to cause his overcrowded sac any unnecessary trauma. Other than that, the condition is mostly free of negative symptoms, so doctors haven't deemed it necessary to remove one of the testicles. The kid seems to love the novelty of his condition. He even has nicknames for his balls: Alvin, Simon, and Theodore. I would have gone with Chico, Harpo, and Groucho, but to each his own. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Prison down in the psych building's basement? A bunch of fucked up shit. Stanford University conducted an experiment to observe the psychological behaviors of students acting as guards and prisoners. Turns out giving students just a teeny tiny bit of imaginary power turns them into complete sadists. But who could have seen that coming?